Hi, everyone. My name is Angel Soto, and today I'll be talking about Hispanic cultures and the expectations on young Hispanic adults. Personally, I believe growing up in an Hispanic household is a gift, and inside that gift is a double edged sword. You are blessed with the love and support from your family, but also comes with tremendous expectations and a lot of drunk uncle's advices. These expectations that are upheld to us can be very stressful and frustrating, especially if your family are newly immigrants. The feeling of having weights on your shoulders from carrying these expectations can sometimes overshadow the love they give us. Though this is not a good sign, but if you believed you had these expectations alone, you are wrong. Recently, I had created a survey asking individuals what their experience are with these expectations. The surveyors were anonymous and their personal information will not be presented. Today in this podcast, I have a guest from FIU who is majoring in psychology and who I'll be discussing about this topic and the survey data. Now, please welcome my special guest.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, I just wanted to ask, um, do you have any personal experience with these expectations with your family?
I would like to say that I do, but they definitely don't compare to what you would normally see, a Hispanic culture expectation with other families.
Hmm, I see.
Does that make sense? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that makes total sense. Yeah. I also wanted to know, have you ever seen the effects of harsh expectations on anyone you know?
A lot of the time, yeah, I have a lot of Hispanic friends, and I noticed that, their parents are usually more stricter than mine. They have more higher expectations, and I've seen that my friends are usually more stressed. They feel like they have a lot of, these expectations on them and they want to fulfill them obviously to have their parents satisfied
Mm-hmm.
because no one wants to like dissatisfy their parents.
It's true, yeah. And where do you think these expectations originate from?
For the most part, I think that these expectations originate from like our own parents, believing that it's good to, grow up better than how they grew up. They obviously were immigrants and a lot of them don't have the foundation that we're provided with, like an education and the opportunities that we have. So they believe that we should take advantage of them and go to school and have like these basic ideals.
Right. And before we start from looking into the data, I do have one last question, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Um, do you believe or do you think that the families know that they're putting these harsh expectations on them?
I don't believe they do. I think that they believe that they're giving us the best advice and they're putting us, with our best foot forward. I don't think they're hurting us in any way. I don't think any parent really wants that. Um, Purposely.
Yeah, yeah, I understand.
Um, but it does happen, unfortunately. They want to put so much pressure on us so that we don't end up like them.
Right.
A lot of Hispanic parents are known for like partying and, not doing the ideal job. But at the end of the day, if you really look at them, they're struggling more. Um, they have to provide more and they don't want us to be in their shoes. They want us to take advantage of everything and have the best. So I think it comes from a loving place in the most part, but it's not meant to hurt us in any way.
I see. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing that. So just to touch up on one of the keys data that I would like to present to you. Um, I had asked uh, 30 individuals, and 17 of them were Hispanics and Latinos. And one of the questions that I asked him that was very striking and uh, really connected to the topic that I was thinking of is I had asked him then what was their opinion about this statement, and it was if they felt comfortable dropping out of school and letting their parents know. And 11 out of the 17 Hispanics slash Latinos disagreed with that statement. Um, so what are your thoughts on that?
I would definitely fall into that group. I do not feel comfortable telling my parents or, having that confrontation of dropping out of school. That's definitely one of the key expectations that Hispanic parents have. That going to school is one of the most important things to them. So going and saying something like that or making a decision like that is unimaginable to
Hmm.
like us Hispanic young adults, you know.
Yeah, right. Um, and I agree. I also agree with that. Well, I should say I disagree with that statement. I definitely would not feel comfortable letting my parents know. They're very strict and very heavily on education because of their own experience. So I just wanted to point that out. One of the most shocking and agreeable data that I had found in my survey. So one more data I wanted to present to you was I had asked my surveyors if they ever felt uncomfortable talking to their parents about their academics, and what was shocking was that it was a split result, like meaning seven of them had said yes, and eight of them had said no. Uh, so I wanted to know what was your thought of that?
I would definitely feel comfortable, and I do feel comfortable talking to my parents about my academics. I've always been put in a place where academics are extremely important, but they're also very understanding. I know that's not the ideal Hispanic parenting that, we think of and what
Hmm.
you're looking for. Um, but my parents are that outlier. They definitely are very understanding, so I'm not like I need to get a straight A's, even though I normally do.
Hmm.
When I was younger, if I would get like a C, they'll be super understanding, obviously, try to do better next time, but not your ideal Hispanic where I would get punished.
I see. Yeah. I've I'll probably say that um I've never felt uncomfortable talking to them about my academics because in reality my parents don't really know that much since they have um a little bit of education relations with themselves, but they just know or believe that whatever I'm doing it's for my career, for my studies. So they've always been supportive. So I would definitely disagree with this statement or this question that I presented with them. Okay, so I believe this is all the time I have, or that we have. Sorry. But thank you so much for coming and having this discussion with me. I really appreciate it. You really did open my eyes to more views and ideas on the other side of of this topic because I've only had one view on this, and you really opened my eyes. So thank you so much for coming in and your participation. I really appreciate it.
No, yeah, thank you so much for having me. I enjoyed looking at your view as well, and I'm glad that you learned some more about other views. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. So this concludes the end of our discussion, and I hope I get to hear many other people's opinions and views about this topic. So yeah, so thank you for listening, and I hope to hear your views soon.